Just got back from the thrift shop. Didn't get anything really to resell, but I did stop and get me a cup of coffee. Sitting in a parking lot in the shade, the windows down, in the rental car. I'm not happy about that, but I'm thankful to at least have a car. I missed my van. But I got this. This is cool. It's a scale that I can weigh gold and silver on. And I can use it as a backup because I have one already. Incidentally, I brought it with me today. And so I have one. This was only $5 and it's new, brand new. Still got all the instructions and it still has the little plastic protective covering on the display right here, and you can tell it hasn't been used. So I just got it for, like I say, a backup. Got to take the kids to the eye doctor. Both of them have an appointment today, so I don't really have a long time to be out. So yesterday, I had a little disagreement with one of my friends. Nothing major, really. Not when it's between two friends. We're both, well, we're not hard-headed, but it's like, I don't mind standing my ground. I don't mind defending myself. I don't mind confrontation. I never have. Whether it's verbal confrontation, even physical confrontation, if necessary. Now, it's never necessary because, as I tell my kids all the time, you have to pick your battles. You have to pick your battles, the ones that you really think are worth fighting. And the ones that are not worth fighting, just kind of surrender because it doesn't really matter, right? This is one of those situations where it didn't matter to me who was right, who was wrong. It's all water under the bridge now. But I don't think he meant it, but he insulted me about something. And I really don't think he meant it. But he did. And I got a little huffy and I was like, you just don't understand where I'm coming from. You just don't understand. And then he was like, don't tell me I don't understand. You don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, yeah. And then he said, I was only trying to make you feel better. And at that point is when I thought to myself, I said, well, I could say, so you're trying to make me feel better by insulting me. Good job. But I didn't. This was a battle that, I tell my kids, pick battles to fight that you're willing to die on that battleground. You don't start a fight unless you're willing to die on the battleground. And this was not a battleground that I was willing to die on. In fact, after that, because what I did, he doesn't know it, but what I did, I just let him think that he was right. I extended him some grace. He doesn't know it, but I did. I extended him grace because I could have said that. I could have said, so insulting me is trying to make me feel better. I didn't want to get into it. It's not a big deal. Like I said, it's not a battle that I was willing to die on that battleground. So afterwards we had coffee, good conversation for an hour and a half or so, and I hold no grudges against him. But that's, think of all the people that are sitting in jail right now, even prison, that they chose a battleground to die on that was not worth it. It was not worth it. Oh, he borrowed my lawnmower and didn't get it back, so I went over there and I punched him in the face. Yeah, now I'm doing 6 months in jail. Yeah, was it worth it? Is it worth killing somebody or, $20 they haven't paid you back? Or some guy just happens to look at your wife a certain way, and a very fleeting look is like nothing crazy. It's just like, are you going to go over there and like kill him or something? Is it really worth it? I definitely choose my battles very carefully. Usually, no one messes with my wife. No one messes with my kids. Don't put your hands on either one of them. Unless it's okay with them. So, that's how I feel. I don't understand people flaring up and getting angry and fighting battles that are just not worth fighting. You see it on the news all the time. You'll see some guy's face that this guy just killed somebody, and the reason was, he owed him $20 and he hadn't paid him back in a month, and it was over just a little bit of money, and this guy's going to go to prison now, most likely for the rest of his life, because he fought that stupid battle that he shouldn't have fought. Jails and prisons are filled with people who have made those wrong decisions. But anyway, in this case, it wouldn't have gotten physical at all. But I could have bowed up, let my pride take over and say, you insulted me, and you're trying to make me feel better. What a moron. And, that's just the dumbest thing I ever heard. And, blah, blah, blah. And they would have got back and forth, because I could tell, he wasn't going to back down. He had to be right. So let him. Who cares? It was just, like I said, it was just not a battle I was winning. To die on that battlefield. I know this sounds like, duh, no kidding, but man, a lot of people, they walk around with chips on their shoulder, and they're willing to fight that battle over anything. I don't want to beat this into the ground or anything, so I'm just going to make this short, but this came up yesterday. So, because one thing you got to remember, when you back down from, say, a confrontation or some situation that could escalate into something bigger, and maybe somebody going to jail or the hospital or the morgue, whatever, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of intelligence, because a lot of battles you're going to win with intelligence, not brute force. Okay? We're not all cavemen running around. So anyway, it's not a sign of weakness. It's wisdom and intelligence. And that's not to say that you don't stand up for your rights. You don't, you do stand up for your rights. You defend your wife, you defend your kids, you defend your family and your loved ones. You do defend them. But you don't just start out physical and go all crazy. Be smart about it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I tell my kids this all the time. So if either one of you are watching right now, as you grow up into adults, one day you're going to be a man, and you're going to be out there, and you need to make the right decisions on the battles that you fight. Okay? You need to think of the consequences for all of your actions. What's worth it and what's not. What's worth it and what's not. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to go. Like I say, I have things I have to do today. Take the kids to the eye doctor. We're all going to do that. I woke up this morning, of course, did my usual. Went to the office, prayed with my wife, came out. I didn't go back to sleep. I didn't need a nap. I felt pretty good, so I made myself a little bit of a breakfast, drank a cup of coffee, read the Bible some, then got online some, and then I fixed my two boys' breakfast, as I do 6 days a week. To me, that's an honor to be able to fix them breakfast. one day they're going to be out of the house and elsewhere, and I'll be wishing that I could cook them breakfast. Put it that way. So it's an honor. I feel like it's an honor to be able to cook them breakfast while they, do their homeschool and stuff like that individually. Anyway, God bless you guys. And I'll see you real soon. So God loves you. Bye.